Good morning, you guys. It's day number 50 of my Stay Batical to 50. This is a 100-day challenge to transform my body, my mind, all the other reasons why I'm doing this that I've talked about ad nauseum over the past 50 days. So today, officially at the halfway point of this Stay Batical. And as I've said many times before, this is a 100-day challenge, but it's not going to end at 100 days. So I'm doing 100 days to show you guys what you're capable of. Give you a glimpse into, okay, here's somebody you know online who's doing a thing to try to help his health. And hopefully over these past 50 days, you have been inspired and motivated and you're ready to do your own thing. And that's what I'm going to talk about here today. Let me pin the comments so you guys can see it. We're going to talk about the next 50 days because you guys have been sitting back in the lap of luxury the last 50 days, watching yours truly go through all the things that I've been going through with my Stay Batical, from this morning walk, doing the infrared sauna, doing the red light, meditation, grounding with sunshine, vibration plate, eating carnivore on odd days, fasting for up to 24 hours or more on even days. You've seen me doing all this stuff every single day for the past 50 days. So today, the tables are turning. I want to issue a challenge to you. And I need you to seriously think about this. A lot of you have been that have been following me. You knew this was coming. This is not a surprise. But I want you to think about what are things that you can do to challenge yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be all the things Jimmy's doing. In fact, I would highly encourage you not to do all the things Jimmy's doing. That's a little cray-cray if you've never done anything. But I want you to think about those things that you can do. So we're going to talk about that here today. Hey guys.
Good morning.
And so today I want you to ruminate on this. I want you to think about this. And maybe as we're here live, you start thinking about those things that you can do to challenge yourself. And listen, I've defined what challenge means. Challenge doesn't mean make something so difficult, so impossible that you'll never do it. That's not what challenge is. And challenge is not something so mundanely easy that you easily do it. Oh, I issued a challenge and I did it. Neither one of those is acceptable as a challenge. A challenge should be something that is doable, but it's going to be a lot of work. When I started this Stay Batical to 50 challenge, I put out all that protocol and people are like, how in the world are you going to do all that? And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a time commitment. The ice bath is the other one I missed a while ago. A time commitment, which I probably spend with all the things I'm doing. I realize not everybody can do this, but all the things I'm doing, I'm spending about 4.5 to 5 hours a day doing all the things. Now the time thing, not so much doing the things. If I had unlimited time and didn't have to work and all the things that I do, 4.5 to 5 hours, I could get it done. But it's the getting that done and doing all my work, my podcast schedule, my social media posts. I'm writing a book. There's lots of things that are taking up my time right now. And so taking away 4.5 to 5 hours of time I had available previously to do this has probably been my biggest challenge in this. So for you, figure out what challenge means, because you should always be pushing yourself to be better than you were yesterday. Do you have that mantra? Do you always think about, okay, what can I do to be better than I was yesterday? What can I do today to push myself to be even better tomorrow and the day after that and the month and the year after that? I just think we've coast through life way too much. And I'm pointing the fingers back at me just as I am pointing at you. I've got 3 back at me. I have done this a lot where you kind of rest on your laurels and you are satisfied with where you're at, you don't have that burning desire within to challenge yourself. And I'm hoping that this walk and talk today, that you're going to feel inspired, that you need to be challenging yourself. And look, challenge yourself right now if you're doing absolutely nothing with your lifestyle, your diet, nothing. I think challenging yourself would be starting on some kind of a clean eating program. So that's real food, paleo, keto, carnivore, whatever. I think that is a big enough challenge if you're doing absolutely zero. But those of you that follow me, I would hope you're doing more than zero. I would hope you have a baseline of nutrition like keto or carnivore or whatever you're doing, that would be the baseline of what you're already doing. And then what do you add on top of it? Especially those of you who have eaten clean, eaten a good diet for a little while, but you're still not seeing results either in body composition, or maybe there's some health issue going on. You're not quite seeing the results just with the nutrition change. So this challenge for you would be, okay, what are things that I could add to that in order to be better? So maybe it's what I'm doing in the mornings. Maybe it's taking a 60-minute walk. Maybe it's going to the gym and committing yourself to building muscle, which is a great one. Maybe it's just as simple as learning not to stress, taking a yoga class, doing meditation, learning to get your mind under control. Maybe that's your challenge. You come up with the challenge. I really want to hear what you guys have come up with, especially those of you that will be joining me. Tomorrow will be your day number 1. And this will be a 50-day challenge. You just watched me go to 50 days. Today is day 50 of my 100 days. You just watched me go through 50 days. And a lot of you have commented how you noticed the changes that have happened for me. Let that motivate you. Let my 50 days let you envision what will be the end of your 50 days. I think sometimes we go on a challenge and we're like, this isn't going to lead anywhere. Nothing's going to happen. And then you fall off because you're not motivated. I hope I've been a motivation, but motivate yourself. We've talked about that on a previous episode, but look from within. You know the changes that you can do. You know the challenges that will push your body and your mind to accomplish things. You know what those things are. You do. You know what they are. And what I'm encouraging you today is to pursue them. Go after them. Realize you are capable. This is your moment. This right here, your time. Nothing will stop you. I think I got smudge on my camera. There we go. I think I let sweat drops fall on the camera and it got all cloudy, so hopefully it's clearer now. But I need you to seriously dig deep within today and to realize you can challenge yourself. So I'm asking you, are you ready to say challenge accepted? If you've got a challenge that you have set up for yourself, then I want to hear from you today. First of all, put hashtag challenge accepted in the comments down there. If you're going to challenge yourself with something new and you're going to commit to 50 days of doing that, write challenge accepted, hashtag challenge accepted, and then feel free to write a comment about what it is you'll be doing. I hope to be reading so many comments, because if I've gone through this 50 days that I've been on so far, and you haven't felt compelled to do your own thing, to challenge your own self, I feel like I've failed as a motivational speaker. Now I realize a lot of you guys have already started a challenge. So I know when I started doing this walk in the mornings, a lot of you started walking with me. So you started that challenge. So for those of you who have been encouraged to do something because of these walk and talks, I want to encourage you, step it up. What can you add for the next 50 days, starting tomorrow, going through December the 10th? What can you add to your routine that would challenge you even more? So that's where we're at here today. Thank you guys for being here. Again, day number 50 of my sabbatical to 50, 100 days for me. And today is big old challenge day. I'm turning the tables on you guys today because I want to hear what you're going to do for the next 50 days to challenge yourself. And maybe you're listening to this, watching this right now, and you're like, I don't know. Pay attention as I go through what people write and say they're going to be doing, because maybe you'll be inspired to try something that they're doing. So again, it's a very cool morning here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Was it like 43 degrees or whatever? Whew, and I like it. I got back yesterday from the walk and I got in the sauna and I was able to go a half an hour. Hey guys.
We've been walking for a year.
Yeah?
I've lost 54 pounds. He's lost 36.
You go.
But you keep up the good work.
That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. So that was cool. She said she's been walking for a year and she's lost 54 pounds and one of her sons lost another 70 pounds. That was pretty cool. So she was encouraging me. People are nice in this world. Of course, I do live in the South. We're nice to everybody down here. Bless your heart. Anyway, so I want to see what you guys have to share about the challenge. And again, if you just joined in late, if you're going to join in with your own challenge, write #challenge accepted, and then feel free to write another comment that tells me what you're going to be doing in the challenge. Really anxious to see what you guys have to say. Quick update. I'm feeling great, guys. At the halfway point, if you'd have told me 50 days into this 100 days that I would be where I am right now, I would have been like, no way. Like, what? And I feel great. Yes, I've had my bumps and bruises along the way. The challenges mentally, physically, but you keep going, head down. I accepted that challenge 50 days ago, and now I'm looking for you guys to accept the challenge today. So let's go back to the top, see what you guys have to say. Blondie says good morning. Thank you for being here. Linda says good morning as well. Berkeley says I made it. Yeah, the sun is coming up a little bit later. And what was funny this morning, Berkeley, was I live right across the street from an elementary school. So I step out my door and I go to that road, and it's like a parking lot with cars trying to get in and out of the school, and then on that main road trying to get on the other road. So it was just packed this morning, and there were police officers directing the traffic, and it just took forever for me to be able to cross the road. But I finally got across, so that did put me behind. But somewhere around 7:45 a.m. Eastern time is when I'm going live. That will continue to meander until the time change Sunday comes up. I think it's coming up in early November, like November 9th or something like that. We will have time change, and then it will go back an hour. So by the time the time change comes, it'll be like 8:15 here. So that'll put it back to like 7:15. I come up with the sun, although I could do it later because the temperature won't be an issue anymore. We shall see. But yes, you made it. Del Norte, how do you keep focused daily without getting sidetracked or distracted? How do I get focused daily? Focus is all about eye on the ball. If you are a batter, again with the sports analogies, my apologies to people that are non-sports people, but if you're a batter in baseball You have to be focused on that ball. If you're just like closing your eyes and swinging, you're going to strike out most of the time. But if you focus on the ball, you look for the spin, you look at the curve part, and you see it all the way to the plate. I used to have a baseball coach that would tell me that. Watch the ball all the way to the plate. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And you focus on the ball, then you'll hit it. Same with a golfer. They go back to swing. As they're going back, they never take their eye off the ball. You don't see their head go backwards. They're looking straight down at the ball while they're backswing, and then they swing through, and they're looking at the ball the whole time. So you're laser focused on why you're doing it. There is no distraction. There is no sidetracking at all if you stay focused on why you're doing what you're doing. So for me, I want to lose belly fat. I want body recomposition. I want to feel good in my own skin. I want to get to 50 and feel better than I did at 40, 30, even 20. Those are all the things that I think about that keep me on the straight and narrow. It's very easy to get distracted if you don't stay focused. So that's what I do. Stay focused. Alice says, it's in the big scheme of life, 50 days is not really that long. You are so right. I mean, you think about, we have 365 days in a year. And then the life expectancy is something like 77, 78 years old. That's a whole lot of hours, days. Yeah, 24 hours a day times 365 times 77, 78. Tens of thousands, maybe more, of hours. And so 50 days and all of that is just a blip on the map of your life. That's a good way to put it. Good way to think about it. We can do anything for 50 days. I'm so excited to get started on my own journey, except that I'm already committed and started last month. Hey, that's okay. Look, those of you that have already been going, and that's wonderful. Yeah, this is for you too. What I'm asking you to do is, whatever you're doing, you started a month ago, Alice, whatever you're doing, do something new for the next 50 days. Doesn't mean you stop doing what you're doing. You keep doing. And at the end of my 100 days, I'm going to be adding in something new, some things that are new. I might take some things away. I need to budget time, figure out how to be efficient with the most bang for my buck. Things that will challenge me and give me benefits beyond the 100 days. So I'm already thinking in that realm for myself. So yeah, add something new, Alice. Sherry says, you got me thinking. Thank you for the motivation. You're killing that walk. Thank you. I have grown to love this walk. I didn't love it at first because September 1st, it was still mucho hotto. I want to say one of the days, the early days, it's like 94 degrees out here in September. I'm like, really? You're killing me. Killing me, southern weather. But I got beyond that. I'm in the cooler temperatures now. And now I'm doing well. This is my weather. I still want to do an extended walk at some point. I'll probably have to do it on a weekend because my podcast recording schedule is pretty tight during the week. But on the weekends, I don't usually set up podcasts. And so maybe on a weekend, I do a 2-hour walk. That would be fun. Plus, now that it's cooler in the afternoons than it was, I think the highs have been like low 70s, upper 60s, low 70s. I could walk in the afternoon. Maybe I reinstitute the second walk again. Obviously listening to my body, not doing something beyond what my physical body is telling me I should do. I found the sweet spot of pushing myself, getting the benefit, but not pushing too hard. I pushed hard when I first started. I had the 2 walks in, and There were days I was like crawling towards the end of the second walk because I was just pushing so hard. I think, and you guys that are starting your own challenge tomorrow, you're going to see this. You're going to feel this. You're going to be so wanting to see something happen that you will push yourself probably a little bit harder than you need to. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means you're going to get in tune with your body where you realize, how hard can I push? And you should push hard. But is there a too far hard? Because you can push beyond your body's ability. And I did a lot of that when I first started this journey. And now I've found that sweet spot of still challenging myself, but not pushing so hard that it wipes me out. Like I had to take some days off in that early on part, rest days, because I pushed so hard. And now, last week before I went on my trip, what did I do? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I did several days without needing to stop. So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Alice says #challenge accepted. So there's Alice. She is in. Linda is also in. Challenge accepted. Sherry says, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I'm compelled to do something though. I already eat clean. I work out. I do lots of affirmations, morning meditations. She's in with a challenge. All right, so let me give you some ideas, Sherry. So you already eat well. You already work out. You already do some meditation and affirmations. I love all of those things. Have you tried grounding? So with your bare feet in the grass, front yard or backyard, putting your feet in the ground and then exposing your skin, depending on where you live. If it's too cold, don't do this, but exposing your skin, as much of it as you can, in the sun and letting that sun hit you while you're grounding. I've done that every day and it's so glorious. It's so wonderful to do. And you might think, maybe not you because you already do different things, but you might not think that does a lot, but it does. And I would even say step it up one more than just grounding and sunshine exposure. I would say try to get that sunlight exposure in your eyes at 4 different times of the day. So about this time of day, it's early morning, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Get that angle of the sun in your eyes. Don't stare at the sun, but let the light get into your eyes. Then around noon, do it again. Get that light in the eyes of that angle of the sun. Then around like 3:30 or 4, again, light in the eyes. And then as the sun is setting, light in the eyes. What that is doing is that is entraining your circadian rhythm. Because before we had artificial lights, our hunter-gatherer ancestors, they sun gazed and they got that exposure. And it's so amazing when that sun hits your eyes and it hits your skin, which, by the way, light on the skin, even while you're sleeping, is just like getting it in your eyes. This will blow your mind if you've never heard this information. Light that hits any part of your skin, your face, your arm, your foot that's hanging out the back of the bed. If light hits it, that is being seen by the body. I remember hearing a lecture on this many years ago now. And so that's why you try to make your room, your sleep environment, as dark as possible. It's not just about closing your eyes and not seeing the light. It's about any part of your body seeing the light. And so making sure that during the daytime, your whole body sees the sunlight will tell your body at night, okay, sun is down. And of course, you got to turn the lights down at night. Turn on the blue filter on your phone, all the things. And then your body will say, okay, it's time to go to sleep. Kick up the melatonin production endogenously, and that's what helps you go to bed. And you'll find, Sherry, and I would love to hear this at the end of 50 days, if you do that 4 times a day And each time you go outside, be out there like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Those 4 different times of the day, get that sunlight in the eye while you're grounding. I would be shocked if you didn't see a commensurable increase in your sleep quality, which will then help you feel better and be better. So hopefully that's something maybe you could challenge yourself with. I know that sleep is something we all could stand to make better, and it's as easy as getting that sunlight at the various parts of the day. Hope that helps you out. Angie and Bojine and Dawn Marie all say challenge accepted. And so, hang on a second. When they come around that corner real fast and they're not slowing down, I have to like stare them down a little bit and going, okay, are you going to stop? All saying challenge accepted, as is Philly Keto Mom and Lady Lixel. Lady Lixel says, my first hurdle is to stop with all the excuses not to return to keto carnivore. Not to return to keto carnivore and to just get moving. Well, look, first of all, forgive yourself, Lady Lixel. We pour such guilt on ourselves when we know what works for us and we fell by the wayside for whatever reasons. We like to guilt ourselves and go, ugh, why did I ever leave? Why did I ever stop? Why am I so horrible? Blah, blah, blah. All this negativity. I want you to look at it as a fresh, clean slate, Lady Lixel. Today, tomorrow, whenever you start, will be the first day of this brand new experience. It's exciting. You're anxious to see what will come from this. You're excited to get going with it. I want you to flip the script on that negative mindset of feeling shame, feeling guilt, feeling like you have all these reasons why you're beating yourself up right now, and just look at it as a hopeful thing, not a dreadful thing. I have come to the realization that most of life is us fighting our own thoughts. Maybe I'll do a whole walk and talk just on fighting your own thoughts and how hesitation. There is no hurdle. There is no excuse if you just start. Starting is the bravest thing you do in any journey, because that's the hardest thing. And we've talked about this before in a previous walk and talk about the boulder. There's a boulder just sitting still. And if you kind of push up against the boulder a little bit, and then you're off to the races on your journey. So don't psych yourself out before you start, Lady Lixel. You got this, sweetie. Linda says, continuing my daily walks with Jimmy, adding kettlebells and stair climbing. Oh, look at you. Look at you adding in the badassery that is resistance training. That's awesome. Cutting out the snacks and just eating keto. Yeah, those things will all help. I'm excited for you, Linda. I want to see what changes happen for you. I need you guys to come back while you're in the midst of your journey. If I see those of you writing challenge accepted today, and then like a week and a half, 2 weeks from now, I don't see you on here anymore, I'm going to be like going in your DMs going, hey, what's up? Don't make me hunt you down. I will hunt you down and hold you accountable. Not because I have any animosity towards you. No, just the opposite. I care. Like you guys, you tell me you care about me, and I believe it, and you do. Thank you for that, by the way. And because you care about me, you want to see me succeed. Well, I feel the same way about you. I want to see you succeed. So if you're being brave enough, bold enough today to write down hashtag challenge accepted, then I'm going to have an expectation that you're going to follow through. So don't let yourself down, but don't let me down. I have a vested interest in a lot of you guys following my journey, and I hope you feel the same way about me. You're kind of vested in my journey, just as I am in your journey. Angie says time change in the UK is early morning on the 31st of October. Yeah, so I think we're like a couple weeks later after that, Angie. So yeah, actually that'll make it easier in the UK, because right now it's 8:18 in America. And so if you go back an hour, fall back an hour, it'll be a little bit earlier in your day, 1 hour earlier in your day that I go live. So I don't know how that works with your schedule, but Linda says, listening to the One Step Deeper podcast in the afternoon when I start a second walk. Look at you, Linda. Got a walk in the morning with me, a second walk, listening to my podcast in the afternoon, swinging kettlebells, doing all the things. That's pretty cool. Trying to do meditation, but having a hard time with that. We'll keep trying. Look, you guys know meditation was probably the hardest thing for me. And I don't know what you're specifically doing with your meditation, Linda, but I go on YouTube, I type in guided meditation. Sometimes I'll type in a keyword like for anxiety, for depression, just to kind of see what's out there. So look up one. You can find ones that are 3 hours. Don't recommend those. Not until you get good at it. There's ones that are like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Pick one of those. And then just get in a comfortable chair or lie down in your bed and just turn it on and just do what it says. And I don't know what issues you're having, but what I can tell you I had issues with was my mind raced in it. And I had a friend of mine that does a lot of meditation. I told her about it, and she's like, dude, that's normal. Just let the thought come, let the thought go. And a lot of these meditations, they're speaking to that. You know, right now, while you're breathing in through your nose and out, you're probably having thoughts come into your mind. That's completely normal. You let the thought come and you let the thought go. And it's really good. So don't give up on it. I struggled with that one hard, and now it's one of the ones I look forward to the most of all the things that I'm doing, Linda. Give it a go again, because I think once you get the gist of what it is and the benefits, you'll want to do it all the time. I love that deep breath. I usually do it towards sleep time. Last night I got in the ice bath around 5 o'clock, did 1 hour, got out at 6 o'clock, went right over to my massage chair, started it, and the massage chair does like a little rocking motion. So I'm rocking while I'm listening to this meditation and doing all the breathing and relaxing the body. And so by the time bedtime hit, I was ready to go to sleep. So keep at it, Linda. That is a great one, and that's for everybody. If you're not meditating, that's a challenge that will be challenging, like it is for Linda, like it was for me early on. But it will end up giving you amazing benefits. I know people that meditate in the morning, and you could certainly do that. I'm thinking of adding a morning meditation along with my evening meditation. I know a lot of CEOs of companies, they meditate for like an hour in the morning, and I'm going, eesh, an hour? I love all these autumn days for walking. Yes. Yes, yes. This is my favorite time of the year. I like fall better than spring because you do have the cold mornings and the comfortable afternoons. And you get to see the leaf. Sorry, I'm at that intersection and there's so many cars. One of these days I'm going to get hit. Be so pissed that day. But see the leaves change. It's just a beautiful time of the year. In the springtime, yes, it's cool in the morning, but all the pollen is in the air. That's no fun. So I like fall the best. Winter's okay. Sometimes it can get bitterly cold, even here in the South. And summer is just, it's just too hot. Even the morning walks are 75 degrees, 80 degrees. I tried that the other day in Miami when I went to that biohacking conference. And I walked to the event. It was about 3 miles. And it was like 78 degrees. And I got there, I was just like flooded with sweat. But you do what you gotta do. Angie says, keeping going. I need to add in rest days plus some resistance training. Look, I'm all about listening to your body and letting your body kind of dictate when you need those things and not really planning those per se. Good morning. Sherry says, I love that idea. Thank you for that. Absolutely, I will take that challenge. The sunlight may be difficult. Oh yeah, you're a shift nurse, 14-hour shift nurse. But you get breaks, I hope, Sherry. But I'll try it, damn it. Love it, thank you. Yes. When you get your break, if they let you go outside, try to get sunshine. Now, I don't know what shift you work. If it's overnight, then that defeats the purpose. But if it's during the daytime, your shift, and you can get outside during a break, do it. I think you'll be surprised how well it helps you. Of course, you're in a highly stressful job, so doing anything to help you manage the stress, like grounding, like the meditation you're already doing, you're doing a lot of good things. So hopefully this circadian rhythm entrainment routine that I just explained gives you something else to try. Sherry says, I absolutely need some better sleep. I've done sunlight in the morning, but never with grounding and never 4 times a day. I'm on it. So excited. Yes. Guys, if you have trouble sleeping, this circadian rhythm entrainment where you're looking at the sun at 4 different angles of the day is a life changer. A lot of people, they stay in an office building all day. They go to their car, they drive home and stay inside of artificial light, watching the TV, looking at screens until they go to bed. And then they wonder why they don't sleep well. And many years ago when I was in the paleo community, there was this circadian rhythm entrainment expert. And he always talked about get outside, get exposure to the eyes. Again, not looking right at the sun, want to blind yourself, but letting that light come in at the various parts of the day. And at this biohacking congress that I went to over the weekend, they said the optimal time for getting red light, so if you don't have a red light therapy panels and you want to get the benefits of red light, the best times is as the sun is coming up, that angle, so you can stand in front of the sun, get as much of your skin exposed as possible while you're grounding. You're also getting that exposure of the sun in your eyes at that time of day, and you're getting red light exposure. And then the same at the end of the day, grounding as the sun is setting, letting that sun at that angle hit your eyes and your body, and you're getting red light that way. And then the optimal times for the ultraviolet to get those parts that would be like the vitamin D and the other reasons why you would get sun exposure is between 11 and 2, right in the middle of the day. So doing this 4 times a day, you're getting all of those benefits on top of the circadian rhythm entrainment. So many reasons to get out in the sun. And maybe that's the challenge that a lot of you guys are like, okay, I'm already doing some good things, but you're not doing that. Maybe that's your challenge for the next 50 days. If that's something that you've not really put a focus on, maybe that's what you focus on. I look forward to hearing stories about how this helps some of you. Hopefully all of you that try it, so because it's been a game changer. Yeah, Alice, I did freeze for a moment. It was when I was trying to run across the street. There was a bunch of cars coming, and some of them were being quite aggressive. So when you shake your iPhone while you're on a live or really doing anything on Instagram, it gives you this, is everything okay? And so I guess it froze the video at that point. I'm all right. If I never come back, then you know I'm a grease spot on the road. And here lies Jimmy, just trying to change his body. He changed it all right. He's a grease spot on the concrete. No, that's morbid. Just kidding. Lou says, #challenge accepted. Excellent. I want to get more sleep. You have a sound machine or a fan or something. I've got this air purifier that makes a kind of white noise. That helps a lot as well. The temperature in there while you're sleeping is also important. This time of year, as it gets cooler, ice baths late in the day. So late in the day, 5 o'clock, I will be in an ice bath for an hour. And I realize not everybody can do an hour. It's all good. Don't freak out. You don't have to do an hour. But I do an hour. that it's time to sleep and sleep well. So, been doing that a little while, and it works wonders if you're having trouble with sleep. And then you said believing in yourself. Look, I think we all have those moments where we don't believe in ourselves. And that goes back to what I was talking about earlier, that we are our own worst enemies, mentally speaking. We allow these negative thoughts to come in and convince us of things that just aren't true. But they feel so true, they feel so real. And we think negative things about ourselves. So for you, Lou, as someone earlier mentioned, they do meditation and positive affirmations as part of their routine. I think you should consider that. I think you should consider adding in having little post-it notes where you write love letters to yourself. You are amazing. And then repeat those back. Even looking in the mirror and looking in your own eyes in the mirror and say, you're awesome. You are amazing. You are a badass. There's just something energetic that happens when you speak those kinds of things to yourself that adds to that belief in yourself. Because of all the voices in the world that we could listen to, the one we should listen to the most is who we really are. Not those thoughts, not the negative thoughts of other people. And trust me, Jimmy Moore knows all about the negative thoughts of other people. I hear from him every day. You come up with your own mantras to encourage yourself and watch how that belief in yourself will strengthen. It really helps. Helps a lot. Sherry says, I couldn't love you even more than I do now. Thank you for everything this morning. I'm amazed. Thank you, Sherry. I feel the love, my dear. It's an honor to be able to share this journey with you guys. And as I said a few weeks ago, I could have easily done this journey alone, made it private, and just did it. And when I went away 2 years ago on my sabbatical, I went away for 6 months, totally disconnected, offline, deleted all the social media apps, everything gone. And my hope was in 6 months of doing some of the things I'm doing right this moment, physically, that I would transform my body, my mind, all the things. And then my world got turned upside down with some revelations about childhood trauma that came out, some things in my personal life that my life fell apart. And I had to work on the mental aspect of things. And even when I came back last year in March, and then all the everything with the craziness in the world right now, it took a long time to heal all that mental aspect of things. And I'm really glad that it happened in that order, because let's say I didn't have all these things happen when I went away on sabbatical 2 years ago. Let's say I started the physical journey and I made the changes and I saw results, and then all the emotional stuff hit. What would have happened? I would have gained back weight. I would have lost motivation. I would not have succeeded. So in hindsight now, it sucked the way it happened, but I'm very grateful and glad it happened the way it did, because all this mindset stuff is now my new passion. I will never not be passionate about talking about fasting and cholesterol and keto and real food and health. Those are all things that will always be passionate to me, but the thing that's got fire in the belly for me now is what I'm doing right here with you guys today. The motivation, the inspiration, the self-help, the self-development, the mindset stuff. All of this is what I feel like my calling is at this moment in my life. It's why my next book is a mindset book. I want it to be something that will be a resource that will encourage people. And really it goes right along with the health stuff. Most of the reasons why people don't start a health journey, stick with a health journey, is they allow their minds to wander off the main thing and the main reason why they're doing it. And so if we get the mind right, we deal with some past traumas, we put in the effort to be solvent up here, then the body should follow. I'm trying to be a living embodiment of that, by the way. This Stay Sabbatical to 50, one of its purposes is, okay, what happens when you get your mind right and you apply yourself and you challenge yourself like I'm challenging you guys today? What happens? Can you get there? Yeah, you sure can. And that's what I hope I'm showing you is it is possible. No matter where you are in your life, no matter where you've come from, and no matter where you're going, it's possible to change. See, there's the light coming in my eyes this time of day. It's possible to change and get everything to go in the direction you want it to. And the only reason it doesn't become fulfilled is you take your eye off the ball for just a moment and you look at something over here or over there that's chaotic and you fool yourself into believing that's the path you're on. No, that's the path you're looking at to the sides of you. But if you look straight, imagine you're on a suspension bridge and those things swing when you're on a suspension bridge and it's a long one and you're walking across and you're taking the steps. If you look to one side or the other, you'll get dizzy. You'll feel like you need to jump off and you'll be frightened. But if you stay focused on that suspension bridge and just eyes down, eyes forward, and just trudge towards the goal, you'll get there. Might be a challenge, but you will get there. So stay focused. Cena says, #challenge accepted. So yes, if you're just joining us, guys, I'm on day number 50 of my 100-day challenge that I have called Stay Sabbatical to 50. And if you've been following my updates that I do on these walk-in talks here on Instagram Live, then you know on day 51, you guys get to start your own 50-day challenge. So you got to watch me for 50 days doing all the things, talking about all the things I'm doing and the consistency, and you've seen updates about how it's going for me. So I'm now issuing you guys a challenge. Are you ready? Are you ready to say challenge accepted? If you are, write #challenge accepted down there in the comments and let me know what it is that you're going to be doing. What are you going to challenge yourself with? And again, don't mimic what Jimmy's doing to the T. Come up with your own challenges. We've already had some really good ones here today of things people are going to be doing. And look, if you're not doing anything right now, the challenge might just be eating a good diet. Keto, carnivore, clean, whatever you're doing. Maybe that's your challenge. And look, that's great. If you're doing nothing like that now and you do that, that's a challenge. That's something. Don't try to compare your challenges to other people. What challenges you may not challenge someone else. And then someone like myself doing all the things I'm doing, you're like, holy crap, I could never do all that. Maybe it's not right for you. Do the thing that is right for you. Sherry says, I love the guided loving kindness meta meditation on YouTube. It's my favorite on YouTube, about 12 minutes. Yes, I have seen that one. I know there's this meditation app called Calm, and they have put some of the Calm meditations onto YouTube as well. I really like that lady's voice that does the Calm meditations. And so I lean on hers. I will definitely look that one up. I think I've seen that one though, Sherry, on there. I've done a lot of them. And I have learned to love them more and more. Did not love meditation at first. It was just, why can't I get my brain to slow down and stop thinking about things? And this other friend was like, it's just part of the process. Just do it. You're all right, brother. Linda says, same as you with mind thoughts, so I'm following what you have said, and I know it will work eventually. Oh, no, not eventually. I think if you go into it, Linda, with, okay, the thoughts are normal, those little things that pop in your mind are normal, and get those meditations where they talk about that, where, you know, let the thought come and let the thought go. Eventually you will learn to love it. I've really found that to be my favorite thing that I do in my protocol now. I have to go to my self-help books and bring them where I can see them and actually read them. Yeah, that's a good one to add to a 50-day challenge, is read from self-help books. I can tell you, my best friend Brittany did a 75 hard recently. She just finished. And in the midst of that, the protocol said, read 10 pages from a self-help book every day on the 75 days. And so she's like, all right, 10 pages, no big deal. Well, what happened when she started reading 10 pages? She then started reading 50 pages. One of those days, she read a 300-page book in one day. So it is amazing how you just get a little taste and you want to do more. And in her 75 days, I think she ended up reading a total of 13 self-help books, a lot of them by Brene Brown and David Goggins, various ones. So highly recommend that, Linda. Sherry says, I work the day shift, so I can do it. I will do my best at least 3 times a day. Love you. Well, thank you, Sherry. Love you too. Thank you for being willing to try it. I think we are capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for. And I know that instinctively. I've seen it in myself and in other people, but it's so easy to forget what we're capable of. You just have to apply yourself. You have to put in the effort. And in the case of doing this walk, you just put one foot in front of the other. But even proverbially, put one foot in front of the other with any journey you're on. Do the thing. We psych ourselves out so much, and I'm over that. I'm ready to start living true to who I am in my life, in my pursuits. Not that I felt like I've been false, but we don't fully tap into that full potential, do we? So it takes a crazy man walking in 40-something degree weather early in the morning to convince you of that. Then so be it. Here we are. I doubt I can get 4 breaks a day. Well, you don't have to have 4 breaks a day. I mean, I don't know what time you go to work or get off, but if the sun is coming up in the morning as you're getting ready, budget that part of your morning in to get that. And then, of course, getting off your shift. So those are 2 times outside of work. And then you're only talking like a 10-minute break. Even if all you get is 5 minutes, just go outside, breathe in the air, get that sunlight exposure on your eyes, and then go back in. It's doable if you're able to fit all that in. Sometimes I'm lucky if I get 1. Yes, I get it. I mean, you're in a thankless job. So I get that you have to play with the things you can. The point is you get what you can get. I hope you get a lunch break at least. So if you go before you go into work, after you get off work, and during your lunch break, then that's 3 times. And again, it doesn't have to be long. 5-10 minutes. Let that sun hit your eyes. And you get the benefits. Keto to Carnivore Mama says, good morning. Thank you for being here. Del Norte, I took 2 days off from exercising to rest. I'm back today feeling strong. My workout is a breeze. Yes, every time I have taken a rest day on this sabbatical to 50, that next day, I'm like guns blazing, ready to do everything. And good for you honoring your body, recognizing that it needed that rest. If we all became more cognizant of striking that balance between challenging yourself and pushing hard, and then knowing when to back off, if we could find that balance and not guilt ourselves on the days that we take a break, we would be a lot better off. We really would. But kudos to you. That's awesome. Sandra says, #challenge accepted. Did my plan yesterday. Thank you. Yes. So if you're just joining in, it's day 50 of my sabbatical to 50. 100 days I'm doing to transform my body, my mind, and observing whatever else happens. And we reached the day, you guys, that I have been looking forward to since the beginning, other than day 100. I'm looking forward to that day too. But day 50, I've been looking forward to this one because I'm challenging you to join me for the last 50 days. You've watched me do all the things that I'm doing for these past 50 days. So for the next 50 days, starting tomorrow, I want you to join me. And so we start tomorrow, and we go all the way to December the 10th. And then we all celebrate at the end. You guys, the 50 days, me, the 100 days. I want to see what you're going to do. So if you're in, write #challenge accepted. Feel free to share what you're going to do. If you have questions about things you're thinking about, happy to talk about those out loud with you guys. Kira says, #challenge accepted. I'm going low carb, high protein for 3 days a week. That is a good one. I like the whole cyclical fat protein during the week. I love that. I know my friend Maria Emmerich is a big fan of protein sparing modified fasts, which is kind of what you're doing on those 3 days a week. And it's effective. And Kira already does jiu-jitsu, so you're way ahead, physically speaking, than most people. And your mindset is about as strong as anybody I've ever met, Kira. So you are well on your way. Excited to see how the cycling in the higher protein days does for you. So good job. Especially with all the jiu-jitsu, you might see some interesting changes in body composition. I'm excited for you, Kira. That's awesome. Redeemed Carnivore, I'm ready to do this for myself. Excellent. Get it, girl. Miss Stacia says, #challenge accepted. I'm needing to tighten up my reins on my diet, but my challenge will be to do tapping meditations every day and to raise my heart rate to above 150 BPM for 30 minutes. Both great ones. So raising your heart rate, excellent. Those of you that don't know about tapping, it's literally little trigger points on the body, and you just kind of take your fingers and you just tap. And it's amazing. That doesn't seem like it's doing very much, but it's doing a lot. It's helping to calm things, and it's not just on your head. I'm just showing you because that's what I have to show you. But you tap on different parts of your body, and it's amazing. Even that little bit I just did, there's a calm that comes over you. It's pretty powerful. I remember I used to run this conference called the Low Carb Cruise, and we had a lady that joined us one year, and she was all about the tapping. And so she loved tapping, and she was going around on the cruise constantly like tapping her face and her arms, and she a sweet lady, but she said, "Oh, Jimmy, you need to be tapping, you need to be tapping." So that's where it came on my radar screen about tapping. But there's good science behind it. So yeah, good luck to you, Miss Statius. That sounds amazing. And then getting your heart rate up. So you're going to do like a spin class or your own version of like pushing your heart rate up. There's definitely benefit to doing that on occasion. So good luck to you. Dale says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. Exactly. It seems so elementary, but people forget that you don't get from here to there without taking that first step. It's a big deal. That very first step is a really big deal. Angie says, yes, even on cloudy days, the light is necessary. Yeah, I mean, I love this kind of sunlight where it's really bright. But yes, on the cloudy days, you're still getting the exposure to the sun. I mean, unless it's just pouring down rain and there's black clouds covering the sky, you should try to get out in the sun every day. I love it myself. So guys, I'm coming to the end of my walk here today. Thank you for hanging out here on day 50 of my Stay-Batical to 50, my 100 days that I'm going. But I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you guys, a lot of you, are about to embark on your own 50-day journey to change your body, your mind, and whatever else happens. And I would encourage you, whatever it is you choose to do in your 50-day journey, just stay committed. Come back here. I will feed into you. Come back here if you run into any issues. I want to be your system of support. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. Those of you watching on the replay outside of Instagram, I'm at Living Low Carb Man over on Instagram. Go follow me over there. Come join us live when we go live in the mornings. But more than anything, reach out. You need some help. You need some encouragement. You got questions. I will do whatever I can to help support you guys in your journey. Keto to Carnivore says, looking good, Jimmy. Thank you. 50 days in. I'm very pleased with where I'm at. I'm not satisfied, but I am pleased with the progress that I've seen. And I hope to keep it going. I will keep it going. I really look forward to hearing how things work for you guys. As always, if you missed any of the past videos that I've done, pop on over to my website, livinlavitalowcarb.com/staybatical. And sorry, I got close to my house and the Wi-Fi tried to kick in, and so it paused me for a second. So sorry about that. But yeah, do your thing, guys. Don't give up. Do your own challenge, and don't be surprised when you're able to do things that you never thought were possible. All right, guys, I'm out of here for now. I got a sauna that's got my name written all over it waiting on me right now. I'm going to pop in there and do all the other things. We will be back a little bit later on. I have an interview on Instagram Live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with a lady in Australia, Coach Lulu. And she's all about mindset, getting your mind right for success. Good morning, you guys. It's day number 50 of my Stay-Batical to 50. This is a 100-day challenge to transform my body, my mind, all the other reasons why I'm doing this that I've talked about ad nauseum over the past 50 days. So today, officially at the halfway point of this Stay-Batical. And as I've said many times before, this is a 100-day challenge, but it's not going to end at 100 days. So I'm doing 100 days to show you guys what you're capable of.